You walk in the door and get hit with three things at once. The smell of something that's been in the oven since 9 in the morning. A wall of noise you can't separate into actual conversations. And a hug from someone whose name you are 100% blanking on. You've been at this party for 4 seconds, and you're already doing the math to see how long until it's socially acceptable to leave. Welcome to the family gathering. The one event that turns fully grown adults back into nervous teenagers, hoping nobody asked about their GPA. And honestly, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, a cousin's graduation, or a reunion nobody actually agreed to plan. It's always the same cast of characters, just wearing different outfits. So let's go through every type of relative you're guaranteed to run into. And if you don't recognize at least 3 of these from your own family, you're either lying or you're the weird one. First up, the relative who hasn't seen you since you were roughly the size of a golden retriever puppy and never quite updated the mental image. You walk in and immediately get the once-over, "Oh my god, look how big you've got," they'll say, hand hovering over around somewhere your knee like they're still picturing you down there. Then it's the classic, "Are you still doing that thing you did in 3rd grade?" Whether that thing be soccer, piano, or apparently just existing. You correct them, they nod, and 30 seconds later, they ask you the same exact question again. It's not malicious, they just froze you in time the last time they saw you. It's kind of sweet the first time somebody does it, but by their 5th relative in a row, you're already ready just to wear a name tag with your current age printed on it. Then there's the relative who treats the family gathering like a disposition. "Are you seeing anyone? Why not? What happened to that one from your Instagram story?" They'll ask about your grades, your job, your paycheck, all before you've even taken your coat off. You give a vague answer hoping it ends it, and it never does, because apparently a vague answer is just an invitation for round 2. So what's the plan then? You just gonna get a real job, or you just gonna keep doing the internet thing? And the wild part is, they're not even trying to be rude. In their head, this is just what catching up sounds like. Meanwhile, you're basically doing a PR for your own life to someone who still thinks TikTok and Tinder are the same app. Honestly, the questions aren't even the worst part. It's answering the same exact 4 questions to 4 different ants before the appetizers are even out. Next, the relative who can't mention your life without comparing it to someone else's. You say you got a B on a test, and somehow within 4 seconds, you're hearing about your cousin Ryan just got into some Ivy League program for underwater basket weaving. You mention you're learning to drive, and somehow Ryan already has his license, his own car, and apparently financed a house by 19. You mention a new job, and they hit you with the, "That's nice. You know Ryan's already a manager, right?" Like, it's never actually about you. It's about using you as a measuring stick for someone who usually isn't even at the party. Honestly, at some point, you start wondering if Ryan is even real, or if it's just a character they invented to keep you humble. Then you got the relative who cannot let a meal stay peaceful. Doesn't matter what the topic is. They'll find a way to make it political, personal, or both. Somebody mentions a movie, and somehow that spirals into an argument about the economy. Somebody brings up the mashed potatoes of all things, and within 2 minutes, voices are raised and a chair scraping backwards. They'll say something like, "I'm just stating facts," right after stating something that is very much not a fact. And look, every family has exactly one of these. Everyone else just quietly prays they don't get called on to be picked aside. Then there's the cousin who somehow turns the dessert table into a sales pitch. They pull you aside like they're about to tell you a secret. And instead, they ask you if you've ever thought about your skincare routine, or if you've ever been interested in a business opportunity that changed their life. They're not selling essential oils, they're building a community, apparently. They'll drop phrases like, "passive income and be your own boss while wearing a blazer to a backyard barbecue." You ask how it's going, and they'll go, "Incredible, actually," right before admitting they haven't hit their bonus tier in 4 months. At this point, everybody at the party has learned to see them coming, and suddenly develops a very urgent need to refill their plate. Then there's the one who tells the same story every single year, word for word, like it's the first time anyone's heard it. The blizzard from some year no one can quite remember. The summer they walked miles just to get to a job that paid basically nothing. The one about the car that broke down in the middle of nowhere and somehow turned into the best night of their life. You've heard it so many times you can narrate it yourself, pause before the punchline and everything. You used to roll your eyes through the whole thing, not gonna lie. But somehow, along the way, it starts hitting different, because you realize these stories aren't going to be around forever. And one day, you're gonna miss hearing them on repeat more than you ever thought possible. And that's the lineup. And honestly, there are more that I didn't even get to. The toddler's cousins who have somehow multiplied since last time. The one who's had their phone out since the second they walked through the door. And if you're watching this, hiding in your bathroom at your own family gathering right now, first of all, I see you. And second, drop the ones I missed in the comments, because I already know your family has at least one. But here's the thing. Yeah, these people are a lot. Yeah, you'll probably need a nap after every single one of these. But they're also the same people who've shown up for you your whole life without you even clocking it. So annoying as they are, don't take them for granted. Because one day that empty seat at the table is going to hit a lot harder than any awkward conversation ever did. Now go hug your weird uncle. Goodbye.